Here are scapular and supportive exercises to complete post-rotator cuff surgery. Welcome or welcome back to Age Fit with Tess. My name is Tess, Physiotherapist. By the end of this video, you are going to know how to complete scapular and other supportive exercises post-rotator cuff surgery. This video is following on from the videos pendulum exercises for shoulder and rotator cuff recovery from surgery, both linked in the description. Make sure to join the Age Fit with Tess Facebook group to get further support with staying fit and active. To work with me one-on-one via consult or within the Fit with Arthritis program, head to www.agefitwithtess.com. Let's get started. Starting with scapular retraction. With the sling on and both elbows at your side, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Pause and release. Repeat 8 times. Scapular exercises are typically begun in the first phase of recovery, usually within the first 6 weeks for smaller repairs of tears under a centimetre, and within the first 10 weeks for larger repairs of tears over 1 centimetre or involving multiple tendons. These exercises, with the exception of elbow exercises, will usually be commenced with the sling on. The second exercise is shoulder shrugs or scapular elevation. This time, bring your shoulders up toward your ears. Pause and relax. Again, repeat 8 times. The aim of scapular and supportive exercises is to maintain joint range of motion of the scapula, elbow, wrist and hand while your glenohumeral or shoulder joint is immobilized. When to commence these exercises will ultimately be determined by your surgeon and physiotherapist post-surgery. The third exercise is shoulder rolls forward. Rolling your shoulders in a circular motion, again repeat 8 times. Shoulder rolls are a continuation of the movements scapular retraction and elevation with the additional movements of scapular protraction and depression. The fourth exercise is shoulder rolls backward. Again, rolling your shoulders in a circular motion. Backward rolls incorporate the same movements as forward rolls, however the movement is just occurring in the opposite direction. Moving on to wrist movements. The fifth exercise is forearm supination and pronation. With your arm in the sling, turn your hand so your palm faces the sky and then back so your palm faces the floor. Repeat 8 times. Supination is the movement of turning your palm to face up, like to be able to hold a cup of soup. Supination. Pronation is turning your palm to face the ground in a prone or face down position. Continuing with wrist movements, the sixth exercise is wrist flexion and extension. This time, with your forearm still, bend or flex at the wrist and then extend back. These movements are targeting the carpal joints, otherwise known as our wrist joints. The seventh exercise is radial and ulnar deviation. Similar to flexion and extension, these movements are targeting the carpal joints of the wrist. Radial deviation is moving our hand up in the direction of our radius, and ulnar deviation moving our hand down in the direction of our ulnar. The eighth exercise is hand and finger range of motion. Start by opening, then closing your fist. Repeat 8 times. This movement helps to ensure we maintain range of motion in our hand, as our hand will naturally sit in a semi-closed fist position when wearing a sling. Moving on to neck range of motion, the ninth exercise is neck flexion and extension. Begin by bending your neck to look toward the ground, then extend at your neck to look up toward the sky. Again, repeat 8 times. Note that some neck movements might be contraindicated for some neck conditions. Make sure to move within pain-free range of motion if you do experience neck or cervical spine pain. You want to avoid feeling sharp pain through any of these movements. The 10th exercise is neck lateral flexion. Keeping your shoulders still, bend your neck to bring your ear toward your shoulder while still facing forward and looking ahead. Repeat 8 times to each side. Neck range of motion exercises are helpful exercises to complete during the first phase post-surgery because having your shoulder joint immobilized in a sling can place additional strain on the muscles surrounding the neck, which can be compensating for the shoulder muscles to maintain posture, balance, and movement when sitting upright or completing daily tasks. The final neck exercise, rotation. This time, turn your head to look over your left shoulder, then turn to look over your right shoulder. Again, repeat 8 times each side whilst keeping your shoulders still. For additional neck and cervical spine exercises, watch the video linked in the description, cervical spondylosis exercises. This video includes neck strength exercises in addition to range of motion exercises, so ensure to seek guidance from your surgeon or physio if you are post-rotator cuff surgery. Repeating one last time, turn your head to look over your left shoulder and then turn to look over your right shoulder. The 12th exercise is elbow flexion and extension. When to commence elbow flexion and extension will typically be determined by whether or not the biceps tendons have been repaired. If the biceps tendon has been repaired, elbow exercises would likely be completed at a later stage. Elbow flexion and extension can be completed lying down with a towel under the back of your arm to ensure your shoulder remains still and supported. Remember to join the Age Fit with Tess Facebook group to get further support with staying fit and active. If you have arthritis, joint pain or chronic injury and are unsure if you have the right exercise program put together, make sure to get your complimentary Are You On Track self-assessment to identify if you are meeting the 10 key components of a successful exercise program. Head to www.agefitwithtess.com to get your copy. Make sure to subscribe and ring the bell for the next video where I'm going to show you early strength exercises post-rotator cuff surgery. To continue to stay fit and active in the meantime, watch these 2 videos right here. See you next time.